Hello all and welcome back to Happy Healing Vibrations. I hope everybody is well today. Happy Thursday. I hope that you've had a wonderful week so far. I am coming on to do a general reading. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If not, it's not. Take what resonates. If you feel that it resonates for a friend of yours, please share the video with your friend, okay? Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. I wish you well, and I hope that you have a wonderful day with your family today. And let's open this reading with a prayer. Alright, so air and fire, ignite this gift from earth. Fill this space with sacred smoke. Grab hold of all negativity. Take it away. Leave none behind. Leave this place with positive energy, empowering those who enter with light and love. Now let's do one for ourselves, okay? Into this smoke I release all negativity. I liberate my mind from all uncertainties, and I cleanse my spirit and I cleanse myself fully that I may move through this world with grace. Cleanse myself fully that I may move through this world with grace. I'll clear my channel and your channel. Okay. Alright. Let me just grab something from Chanel. Come, baby. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I have Chanel pretty much contained. So that way she don't bug us in the middle of the reading, like she always does. Okay. We are doing a reading for the collective. And if there's any signs that come up, I will let you know. Alright, that was fast. You're juggling something. Someone's juggling something. There's two sides. Maybe two groups of people. Two different stories. I'm just seeing juggling. Balance, maybe. The Emperor. Big boss. The boss. Could be juggling. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, bottom of the deck, Three of Swords, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm seeing juggling. I'm seeing a boss, someone well dressed, someone who's in charge, someone who's ahead of everybody else, or someone who sits on a throne. Knight of Cups, emotional message. Knight of Wands, spiritual message for me. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles. So it's a heartbreak. There's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius involved. I think it has to do with work. We've been picking up on this work stuff, so I think there's a lot going on for a lot of people at work. Three of Pentacles, see these people working on something, or maybe after heartbreak, They're working on something. I'm seeing heartbreak with a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius at work. That's what I'm seeing. Or working on fixing a heartbreak. Okay, so it could be either of those things. Now let's pull some clarifying cards. Give me a clarifier card for the Two of Pentacles. Envy. So maybe I'm seeing 3 women there. I'm seeing most of the flowers around one of the women. And both of these women are looking at that woman. So these women are looking at that woman. And that woman is the one with all the flowers around her. So so maybe, and then bottom of the deck, hater. So maybe you're trying to juggle. Maybe you have some people in your life who are envious of you and they're hating on you. I feel like since these women seem, it looks like they could be friends, family, co-workers. I'm getting sorry. I'm getting co-workers because I'm seeing the desk here. So I feel like someone is juggling envious, hateful women or men or friends or family. Let's get some clarification cards for the Emperor. Last shuffle. That is too much. Okay, so the Emperor could see things from both sides. The boss, the husband, the person who... So, like, if you're dealing with family matters, the husband or the father could be neutral. Maybe they're trying to find balance in the relationships. Again, trying to find balance. At the bottom of the deck, masculine energy. So he definitely is male, and he's not all bad. Okay, he's got balance between yin and yang. Okay, so maybe he has a heart, but he's trying to find balance, among these envious people, hater energy. He is juggling. I think that he is trying to find balance from all the gossip, okay? Let's pull clarifier card for the Knight of Cups. Alright. Counseling. So there was like an emotional message that came in, or an emotional... it's a message coming in with a cup, so someone loving, maybe someone mentioned that there should be some sort of counseling between these. If it's a family matter, I do believe that the husband or father is trying to find balance. Someone masculine, male energy is trying to find balance within the home or the office. Trying to maybe bring in some counselors. Maybe ask the woman in his life to go to counseling to try to solve whatever issue is going on. I feel like it's a competitive issue. I'm feeling these cards. There's a lot of overthinking, burden. getting burden, a lot of burdens, overthinking. I see someone's health declining. But you know what this counseling is going to do, if you choose to do that, is it's going to create a new way of thinking. It's going to create peace. It's going to create vitality, stimulation. It's going to help you set boundaries. It's going to help you set boundaries, okay? And let's clarify the Knight of Wands. I feel like that's someone younger than you who is also a fire sign, Leo's, Aries, or Sagittarius. Last shuffle. Okay, so this is a message about awakening. You know, I feel like it is a message that's going to bring in a wave of emotions. So maybe you got a message from a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, someone younger than you. You are, you know, maybe you're awakening to what that is, or maybe you were blinded by it. Blindsided? Yeah, you were blindsided by this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You were blindsided by them. And whatever this awakening was, it was a blindside. It was brought in a wave of emotions. I am seeing love. This person's going up the stairs, this one's going down the stairs. I feel like you're meeting each other halfway. Meeting each other halfway. Let's pull some of these cards. Last shuffle. Oh, that can't be the card. Alright. So, there is a change going on. There is a change going on. You know, I feel like this person was all wrapped up and like they're breaking free. You know, there's a wise owl on the branch here. So maybe they have someone wise in their corner that's helping them through this change. You know, kind of like a guardian angel. Or maybe there's someone who's passed on who is watching over you. You know, and I'm also seeing it here in this card too. So I do feel like someone who's passed on is watching over you. I feel like a message from them would be to have discernment. You know, watch what you say, watch what you see, watch what you hear. You know, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. So maybe your passed on loved one has been seeing what's going on, seeing all the drama, seeing all the envious. So maybe it's your passed on loved one is telling you to have discernment and don't hang out with just every bird, every person that comes your way, any energy that comes into your life, you must accept that. No, you need to have discernment, because there are people that will speak evil on your name. There are people who will there are people who will try to bring you down because they're haters and they're envious, and they don't want, even if they have the world, they don't want others to have anything. Okay, there are people out there like that, okay? I want to read this out of the book for discernment, because I do believe that that is an important message. And I just want to see what it says in the book, okay? I've actually never read this book before. Alright, so if I could find it. Alright, there we go. Discernment. Depicted here is an adaptation of the three wise monkeys, replaced by the three vintage geishas. Their gestures characterize the famous proverb, "Speak no evil, see no evil, and hear no evil." Our sense organs can lead us astray from our goals and best intentions, or aid us in getting to the truth of a situation. The discernment card heralds an opportunity for powerful growth and expansion, and the need for raised awareness. Examine the facts, draw on any relevant wisdom learned from past experiences, and listen to your intuition. Now is the time to examine the bare truth before moving forward, and for being mindful of any possible consequences of thoughts, deeds, and actions. Three spears, the zodiac, compass, and world crown, each geisha, suggesting variety and favorable circumstances for significant advancement. But this forward motion depends on the quality of wisdom underlying the powers of discernment, the power of discernment. The crows in the far distance indicate an omen of approaching change. In shamanic practice, crow medicine is called upon to aid in clarity of vision and personal transformation. Guard against scattering your energies at this time, and know that the mighty alley of discernment is as critical to your survival along the spiritual path as on the physical plane. There are not many worldly laws to protect the human heart as it ventures into the unseen realms of the spiritual psyche, yet the perils are just as real, if not greater, precisely because of their intangible nature. The sovereignty of our spiritual domain rests with our own wise counsel and natural laws of the cause and effect. Wise discernment is key to effective integration of spiritual principles in our daily lives, and well worthy of the time, effort, and patience needed to cultivate it. So maybe you're also a part of this problem. Maybe you're not innocent in all this. Because it's showing, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. So I also feel like maybe you have a little part in this, and I feel like your guardian angel, the person who's watching above, passed on loved one, ancestor, they're asking you for change. To make a positive impact on your life, create those boundaries, have that glow up. Okay? To have all that. To have change, to have others change, you have to bring change, okay? You have to bring change. Is there any messages that you want me to bring forward? A change for the better. A change for peace. A change for freedom. A change for transformation, healing, and bringing in harmony. I do believe that everybody has to change. Everybody has to make a change. This is not about, even though it's juggling two sides, both sides need to change for the better. You know, having that change, transforming, is going to bring good karma and blessings, you know. It's going to bring you abundance. What seed you plant now will bring forth, will bloom in the future. So whatever transformation you're bringing forward now will bring you better finances, better karma. If it's just about relationships, maybe with family or friends, co-workers, you know, that can block, it can block your blessings. Okay, it can block your blessings. So bringing forth change will be for the better. It will help you financially as well. Okay. Any more messages? Alright, so this also could be between a woman and a man. So a woman with an older man. It could be in a relationship. It could be arguments within a relationship. Maybe someone's not fighting fairly, saying mean things, saying hateful things. You know, maybe they need spiritual, or maybe they are going to need counseling, marriage counseling. You know, maybe counseling will help bring peace and transformation in the marriage, and that will maybe help your marriage bring in good karma, bring in more money, bring in more blessings. Okay. I see. Alright, I'm gonna finish with these cards here. I don't normally take this many cards, but we're just gonna finish up the reading with these cards. So, chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Maybe someone met someone new. It could be a new soulmate, a new partner, meeting your soulmate. It could mean a new pet, a new employee. Someone new is entering the situation, entering your life. You're going to meet maybe a new friend. Someone needs to take a vacation. Maybe you will meet this new friend, this new employee, this new pet even on a vacation. Okay, I am getting that this is about a marriage. There has been disharmony in the marriage. There's been a lot of fighting, a lot of disharmony. There's been envious, I want to say, from friends, someone. There is someone in your circle who is envious, I want to say, of your relationship, okay? There is a guardian angel watching over your marriage, watching over your relationship. You know, it's a time for you to take a break mentally from all the like, I feel like the fights and the arguments are creating imbalances. It's making you overthink things, cluttering your mind. Um, there is a loved one who's a masculine energy, someone who's passed on who's a masculine energy. If it's not a male, it's a very strong female. You know, she's saying that change needs to come. Change will bring on peace, harmony, healing, transformation, freedom. There does need to be some change, or this marriage is going to fall apart. Um, there's going to be an emotional offer. Someone's going to bring up maybe counseling, marriage counseling. It's going to, or maybe someone's overthinking marriage counseling. That could also be where the new person's coming in. Maybe it's a doctor. Um, I don't think so, though. I think that, you know, you're in need of help. You're in need of assistance and guidance, okay? With that, I do see that there will be a glow up. And I do see that you'll have blessings, good karma, new financial abundance. You know, whatever whatever seed you're planting will bring forward. So if you're going to go to counseling, you're going to make a choice. You have to make a choice to save this relationship, okay? Sorry, I just dropped something on the floor. Okay. I feel like you have to have discernment and boundaries. In love. Maybe you haven't put boundaries in your marriage or with your partner. Maybe they feel like they can say what they want when you guys are arguing, and or maybe you do, but there's waves of emotion and somebody is trying to create waves of emotion in love. Oh, I'm seeing it this way. They love each other. They're trying to meet each other halfway. There has to be a boundary to prevent these waves of emotion, waves of aggression. The shark, take care of, there will be a loss of material wealth. Maybe someone is bullying the other person in the marriage. Someone wants what you have. It could be this new person coming in. But I feel like you're not blind to it. You have an intuition. So if this storyline is for you, I feel like you kind of already know about it. If you want to fix this marriage, I would suggest you go to counseling. And I would say set boundaries with your friends and your marriage. Release the soul burden. What you carry in silence still shapes your path. Speak it, feel it, and finally let it go. Maybe it's a burden from what happened in the past, what you did in the past, what they did in the past. Maybe someone's holding on to that, whether it be you or your partner's throwing it in your face every time you argue. But if that's something you're carrying in silence, maybe you need to maybe you're overthinking about it and you need to go to counseling. Because right now, I think you're dealing with financial issues and loss. Either that or bullying. Either way, you're having a blockage from it, and this card is saying unblock the flow. When your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean a space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. Open some windows, let some air in. Maybe open up a window and talk about an old wound. Cry about an old wound. I think something happened in the past that you maybe don't speak about. You kind of just locked it up. Maybe that's what's causing all the fighting and arguing in the family. The final card is accept imperfections. Perfection doesn't exist. Embrace your flaws and those of others. They are key to your growth. Everybody needs to accept each other so everybody can grow and move forward and have a beautiful, warm life. And if you guys want to continue to break each other down, crack each other's bowls, I suggest creating boundaries and not having each other in your lives. But there's an elephant in the room. Now, again, there was 3 different storylines that I discussed. One was a marriage with bullying going on, fighting, arguing, maybe fighting over finances. Could be a new person coming into one of your lives. I'd say if you want to stay together, counseling is going to be important in releasing burdens, talking it through with each other or with a counselor, maybe. With each other or with a counselor, whatever, your life allows. I do feel that there should be like maybe go on a vacation with your spouse as well, maybe to a marriage resort. I don't know if they do have those. There is a significance to a passed on loved one. Yeah. And then the other story was family arguing, setting boundaries, a lot of overthinking, maybe counseling with your family, releasing burdens. You know, I'm getting, see the women, I'm getting like wave of emotion. So overthinking. So, maybe there's something that you need to discuss. Nonetheless, I do think that counseling will help. Okay? Counseling is going to help. And I hope that you're in a place where you can afford to get counseling, and if not, do some shadow work. If you don't know what that is, just Google shadow work and you will be able to determine what it is and what you need to do. It's all about intuition. You know better than anybody, okay? I feel like in order for you to enjoy and have balance in the rest of your life, you're going to need help and guidance from people. You're going to need professional help, maybe to get through this marriage situation, family situation. It's time to talk about it, is what I'm getting. Okay? Alrighty. I hope that that felt a little bit heavy. It really did feel heavy. I'm very sorry that, you're going through whatever it is that you're going through. You're never alone. Even if you don't, go to counseling, you're never alone, God's always got our back. And if you feel like you can't talk to nobody, if you feel like you can't talk to anyone, you can always talk to God. Okay? I pray that whatever this situation is, that you find clarity in it and that it brings forward a more stable energy into your life. Okay? Thank you, everybody. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you do want a private reading, you can feel free to email me at happyhealingvibrations@gmail.com, or you can check me out on my website, www.happyhealingvibrations.com, or you can follow me on TikTok. It is Happy Healing Vibrations on TikTok as well, okay? So I wish you the best, and I hope that you have a wonderful day with your family, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving. If so, now's not the day to bring it up, but you do what you feel is in your soul, okay? What do you feel is best for you? I love you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care.